Hello everyone. This is Jen with Jen's Den Art. I am a little bit early because I need to post some things in the comments. Say hello when you get here. I am just setting up everything, getting ready for us to paint our snowman today. Come on in and say hi. I am not set up yet, but we are getting comfortable right in here. Let's see if I can get that. Let me send my text message out because I forgot to do that. Tell me hi. Tell me what's going on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Hello, hello. Come on in. Have a seat. Get comfortable. Come on in. Come on in. Give me one more second. I'm a little bit early, so I gave myself about a minute or so just to come on early so that everybody could find me and get situated. Yay, we are ready. We are ready. Let me know if you can hear me okay. And let me know how the quality of the video is because last week we had some issues because we had bad weather. We had bad weather in our area, and our internet system runs on, there's a satellite connected to our house. We don't have a hard line to our house. So the clouds and the storm was blocking the access to the internet. And so I was not able to, I wasn't able to go live like I wanted to. So we have a beautiful day today. There's hardly any clouds in the sky. Do y'all have that problem where y'all live? Because we live in a very rural area. And so, you know, we just don't have the amenities that you have in, you know, big cities and stuff. So, okay, I think I got that going. Hello, Belinda and Barbara, Liz. Hey, I can see y'all great. I see everybody's name. That is so awesome. Normally I see Facebook feed, Facebook user, but I do not. Liz and Nona and Donna and Debbie and I said that and then now I see a Facebook user. Hey, Ms. Luann, how's everybody doing today? So let's talk about what we've been doing and what we have coming up. We have a very exciting week this week. This entire week is two things are happening at the same time. So let me explain to you what's happening. One is our Christmas cabin pop-up paint party, which y'all can see right here. This is happening starting tomorrow night. Now, this is painted on a 30 by 40 inch canvas. You do not have to paint it on a 30 by 40 inch canvas. I am going to be painting it with all of you that join. I am going to be painting it on a 16 by 20 for filming purposes because this is way too hard for me to have the camera set up to film it that big. Okay, so I'm going to be painting it on a 16 by 20, but everything is very, very similar no matter what size you paint it. So, yeah, we're going to be doing that. It's going to be a 4-day event. I have prizes for every night. We have gift cards. We have original art pieces. We have all kind of stuff we're going to be giving away. And at the same time that pop-up paint party is going on, Jen's Den Art Tribe is open and taking new members. So here's your options. Here's your choices. At checkout, you can either just purchase the 4-day event and come and paint with us for these 4 days and have lifetime access to those 4 days in a private Facebook group, or you could skip that purchase and just go straight to, hey, I want to be a tribe painting sister, and I want to be a part of Jen's Den Art Tribe, and I want to have access to all of the stuff that she provides, over 200 painting tutorials, an acrylic 101 course, lessons, techniques, all kind of stuff, community, whatever it is, we have it all in there. We have prayer requests. We have so much fun. We have about 430 members in there right now that join us weekly for a new live and a new painting tutorial. And we would love to have you come and join us. It's the perfect time for those gifts that you have to buy your in-laws or your mom or your sister or yourself, and give the gift that keeps on giving, and it just goes on, and it's just so much fun. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit today. You can do either. You can pay $35 a month, join us in the pop-up paint party for free, or you could just join the pop-up paint party for 4 days for $19, and it's just a one-time fee, and you're done. And you just come join us for a few days. You get a little taste of what we're all about, and then that's it. And then we'll see you for the next pop-up paint party. Okay? So what we're doing today is we've been doing some mini lessons on pop-up paint party for our pop-up paint party. We've done a mini lesson, and a mini lesson is basically a practice tutorial on a part of the large painting. And so our first part of the large painting that we did was we practiced our trees. And we did a video. I did a video, and I taught you how I paint my Christmas trees, or my fir trees, or ponderosa trees, or whatever they are that you want to call them. I show you how to paint those. Just that. We just did trees. I don't know where my paper is that I painted them on. Maybe this is it. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. I don't know. I have so much junk in here. So anyway, we painted trees. Then my next mini tutorial that we did was we practiced the deer. Okay, we practiced this deer, and here is the deer that we practiced. This is on an 8x10 canvas. I was just going to show y'all. This is a frame that I bought at Hobby Lobby, and y'all look how pretty that is. It just fits perfectly in there, and it's just a beautiful piece of art that you can put in your kid's bedroom or anywhere you want. This is something that I am probably going to put in my house, because we're big like mountain people, and that's kind of our decor, is all of the cabin stuff and the moose and the deer and the elk and all that. So that's probably what we're going to do in our house. So anyway, that's the 2 mini tutorials that we've done so far. And today, what I wanted to show you, because there's a lot of you that are scared to paint this deer, okay? Or you don't think that you're just not ready. You're not comfortable enough to do that. So another option that we're going to do today is we're going to paint in this area instead of putting a deer, or you could put both. It's totally up to you. I'm going to show you how to paint a snowman. So the kids were outside, and I love to make a story with my paintings. So the kids were outside, and they were decorating or they were playing in the snow, and they made a snowman. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to practice painting a snowman instead of painting the deer. Okay, so you're going to have 3 practice videos that, and 2 of them are already out there. The third one is being done today. And you can paint along with me today, or you could just watch it at your leisure. You have a week of access to this, and then it's going to be changed over. It's going to be moved over to the tribe paintings. And so, yeah, so it's going to be fun. So let's see what our people are saying. Oh, it's 87. It is hot here too, y'all. I'm hot. I was in shorts a little while ago. South Carolina, 72 in Massachusetts. Hello, Trudy from North Carolina. So glad you're with us today. All right. Hello, Cindy. Hello, hello, hello. Overcast and rainy. We've got a pretty day today. Okay, so hey, Curry from Ohio. Thanks for coming on. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. What I have right here in front of me is let me start my other video that I'm making. I'm making another video for something else. Okay, so what I have right here is just an 8x10 canvas. It's nothing special. It's just, I love painting on these boards. It's a canvas board. I think that's what they call it, is a canvas board. I get them from blick.com, and they just don't take up a lot of room. And like I showed you a minute ago, look how easy it is to put these kind of things in a frame with these boards. Okay, it's canvas. It's canvas on the front. It's just not the thick canvases. And you can just buy these frames, or if you have a husband like me, you can get him to make one for you. And yeah, you can frame your artwork in here. You do not need a piece of glass. Actually, it's highly recommended that you don't put glass on acrylic paint, because the glass can stick to the paint, especially if it's an original. You don't want to do that. So yeah, there you go. You have a beautiful piece of art that you can add to your home decor, or you could give as a gift. And it's just so much fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me some paints. Okay, so of course we're going to need, let me go through my paints here. I'm going to use some green. I'm going to take some green. I'm going to just leave you for just a second because I have to get my paints right here. I'm going to use white, titanium white. I'm going to use Payne's Gray, which is like a dark blue. So some kind of blue. You need some type of blue. It doesn't really matter what kind it is. But I'm going to go ahead and get a Payne's Gray. I'm going to get a little bit of burnt umber. What color do we want our scarf and our hat? I'm going to get a little bit of green. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the green. What do y'all want to do? Do y'all want to do red? My time favorite, easy to store. Yes. Why can we not see all the comments? Okay, Nona, because I am streaming to like 4 different groups at the same time, you are only seeing the comments with the people who are in the same group, viewing from that same group at the same time. That's what StreamYard allows me to do. StreamYard allows me to be making one video, but it's streamed out to YouTube. It's streamed out to Jen's Den Art business page. It's streamed out to Jen's Den Art free group, and wherever you are pulling in the video, that's the comments that you see from that area. So I hope that makes sense. Yellow and red, okay. Canvas boards feel slick to me. Or no, I love them. They are kind of slick. They're nice and smooth to paint on, and I like that. I like that a lot. So yellow and red is a good option. Anybody else have any comments? Red, okay. Hello, Sharon. So I'm guessing red. Let me grab some red and yellow. Let's see. I'm going to grab some Pyrrole Red, which we already have some. And I'm going to grab some Pyrrole Orange because I like to do highlights in orange with my red. Okay. Let me grab some black, and then we will be ready to go. Let me see where my black is. Oh, here's all my other paints that I'm looking for. Let me bring them all right here. I got my whites. There's my black. Where's my black? I do not see my black, so I'm going to grab a different one. And I'm going to go with this one. This is called Ivory Black. Normally I use Mars Black, but I don't know where it is. It's hiding somewhere on my desk, I'm sure. Welcome to my world. All right, so I'm going to start putting out my paints. This is just about empty. Let me see if I can get some of this out of here. This is my white. All right. A little bit of Payne's Gray, and I mean a teeny, teeny, teeny bit of Payne's Gray. It's probably all I need. Okay. And then I'm going to worry about all these other colors later. Let's go ahead and get my, would y'all laugh at me now? Because I know I just had the black. What did I do? Oh, here it is. All right, so this is ivory black. That's going to work just fine. I'm going to use a flat, I'm just going to use a flat brush. I like long handles. Okay, and before I start, I'm going to kind of give me, let me get these out of the water. I'm going to kind of give me just a teeny, teeny sketch with, I'm going to make myself a little ground area. I do not have a template for this because I do not think you need a template. What size canvas do you use for the pop-up paint party? I'm going to be using a 16 by 20 for the pop-up paint party. Okay, so I'm going to make him an old-time snowman. I'm not going to make him all big and round. I'm going to make him kind of old-timey. Y'all know what I mean by old-timey? Let me make the camera bigger for y'all. There we go. Okay, so by old-timey, he's it's not like a big round body and it's kind of like oval. And then he's going to have a big head about right here. And then we need to talk about what kind of hat y'all want him to have. So we can have like a beanie cap. We can have like a top hat, you know, like the real Frosty the Snowman hat. We could have like a Santa hat. So we need to talk about what kind of hat we want. And of course, we're going to have our scarf is going to come down here, really pretty, but we're going to wait and do that later. All right, so what I'm going to do first is a top hat, a Santa hat. Yeah, that looks better with the large screen. Good. An old fishing hat. Oh my gosh, I love that. You know, Candy. You know, Kathy, I would be all over that. I might even do an old fishing hat. A lot of y'all are saying top hats though, so you know, I kind of have to go with my my audience here. I can't let y'all down, right? Then y'all won't follow me anymore, and then I'll be left painting all alone. And I don't want to paint all alone. Okay, so I'm not even worried about the background because I know that that's not the issue. That's not what what our focus is today. Our focus is just to paint this cute little snowman. And he's going to be so cute. Like once we decorate him and we put all of the fun stuff on him, he's just going to be adorable. So let's have some fun today and let's paint us. You know what I feel like already he's coming to life. You know, whenever you paint anything that is personal, like animals, you know, anything that has eyes and a face, you get really attached to, at least I do. I get really attached to what it is I'm painting. And then I really like, I don't want to let it go. Does that happen to y'all? Because I know it's starting to happen to me a lot. Like the little owls I paint and the little squirrels and all that kind of stuff. I really start getting attached to them because you spend so much time painting like around their face, and before you know it, you're like, oh my goodness, I have just birthed this animal. and I have to keep it. Do y'all have that problem? Hello, Candy. Fuzzy to anyone else or just me? Cabin, there would be one there. It's a cabin. Yes, I agree. Because it's a cabin, we may have to put an old hat on him. So let's think about that. Or like one of those hats that have like the big ears on the sides, like the big snowy hat, you know, that would be fun. So I'm dabbing into some of the Payne's gray, and y'all see this, how pretty this color is. It's like a bluish gray color, and I'm just dabbling in it, and I'm going to use it as well on the body. I put white on the body first, and then now I'm coming back, and I'm kind of like, I'm just adding some of that Payne's gray to his body as well, just to give that like shadowy look. And notice how I'm grabbing this Payne's gray. See right here, I'm just dabbing, I'm grabbing right in the edge, and I'm pulling it out because I just want a little bit of it on my paintbrush. I don't want a lot at all, because I just want it to be like a very small, subtle look. See how pretty that is? And so I'm just brushing that on there really, really light. I'm not pushing hard at all. And then I'm going to make it just a little bit darker right on the edge right here. And notice when I did that, I turned, instead of using the whole paintbrush like this, I turned the paintbrush sideways so that I can make a smaller stroke. So basically what I'm doing is I'm making this side where that's going to be where most of the shadowing is and the shading. So now I'm going to pick up a little bit of black as well. I did not clean my paintbrush off, but I'm going to come back in here, and I'm just going to make that nice shadowy look. Pick up a little bit more of the black. I'm just going to make all of this kind of shadowy. Now I want, this is kind of the tricky part actually. I want him to look like he's like in the snow, like kind of like buried in the snow a little bit. So I'm going to clean my paintbrush off, just taking an old towel, and I'm going to pull out some of that paint that I just had in there. And I'm going to go back to mainly the white, and just going to make the base of him have a little more substance in the front so that he looks like he's going to be buried in the snow. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. So we're trying to get that right perspective right now. And the object of getting that right perspective is being very patient with the layers that you put. Okay, so right now, basically, notice what I did. I made the snowman look like now he's in front. Like he's come forward a little bit because I gave him a better bottom. All right. I hope that makes sense. I don't want to seem too complicated here, but I'm just going back over. I think he needs to be a little fatter. What do y'all think? I think I'm going to make him, don't be afraid to mess him up. I think I'm going to make him have like a little bit more substance down here. Let's see. I don't want him to be quite so perfectly rounded at the bottom. So I'm messing him up to make him even cuter. Does that make sense? And I'm going to make some of his snow kind of look like it goes out on the sides. Now this was just an afterthought. That's why I'm kind of changing him a little bit. So I'm going to make him look like when my kids never built snowmen because we never had snow in Louisiana. But when we lived in Montana and my son and his girlfriend at the time, they're married now, when they came over, they built a snowman outside in our house in Montana. And he looked more like a ghost than he did a snowman. So I'm kind of using that as as my premise here. Okay, so we're gonna make him have not quite so much of a real shape. All right, I actually like that. So we're gonna do a little bit different. I'm making this up as we go, y'all, so bear with me. All right, so let me go back and put some of that darker color down here, right on the base. Let's come up a little bit on the sides. Maybe we'll put a tree or something in the background if we have time. So the higher I go up on this horizon, the more that the snowman actually looks like it's more settled on the ground. Okay, so I'm going to show you, I'm going to go a little bit higher on the sides, and I want you to notice how the whole snowman is going to look like it's closer and closer to us and more grounded onto the actual ground. See that? See how he just like came forward and just, it's all about where you put your paint. That's all it is. And it's all about using a variety of colors when you do it. So there's so many neat tricks that I can show you when we paint that would help you get that perspective that you're looking for. Okay, so he's going to be a little messy in this bottom area here. Let's see. I'm not sure I'm going to keep that, but I'm going to go for it for now. Okay, let's see how that's going to work out. And then I'm going to grab a little bit more of this darker color, and I'm going to outline this area just a little bit more so that it defines the actual body of the snowman. See how that just made it come out even more by adding those colors like that? That's when you put all those different colors and that contrast together. That's what makes it work. So that's a huge component of painting, is all of those little steps there to make it work right. Just going to use my finger and smooth this out a little bit. All right. So that's going to be my step 1, or like step 3 or 4, because I kind of went back and forth trying to make my decision here. All right, what do y'all think so far? I think he looks cute. Thank you, Cindy, for posting the links for the other tutorials. I really appreciate it. Nona, I like your idea. I'm going to do that for y'all. You know I love painting, so the more time I get to paint, the better. And I love creating as I go, so y'all can like see what I do, because sometimes I don't really know how it's going to come out, you know? All right, I'm going with a little bit smaller paintbrush just because I'm going up in here. So the size of my paintbrush is very is determined by the size of my canvas. So when I give you like a when I give you a supply list, if you're going to be painting on a different size canvas than what I painted on, then the size of the paintbrushes may vary a little bit. So you have to keep that in mind. And I can usually go in and tell you, you know, what I decided to use. So, but if you're anything like me, you have every size paintbrush available. How many paintbrushes do y'all have? I would love to know, because I have a lot. Let me show you what I'm going to do too. I'm going to use a little bit of red, teeny, teeny, teeny bit of red. And I'm going to make, instead of just a Payne's gray, I'm going to take that red, and guess what color I'm going to make with that red? Do y'all know? And I'm dipping it in the white. See how I pull my paint to come with me? I pull the amount that I want away from the pile. Y'all know what color that's going to make. And it's going to just kind of blend in just a little bit more. And it adds another dimension to our painting. See all those cool colors coming out? So this is kind of like a purple. I'm sure y'all said that in the comments, right? Absolutely. Y'all got it. The color mixing 101 God. So I'm just going to come in here and just add a little bit of that because I like it. I'm going to pull it down. Okay. Not quite so much right here. All right. Now look what he looks like. Isn't he cute? You have tons of brushes, Jonette? Probably 200, Cindy says. Yep, Cindy, you probably right around the same as me. I think I have 350 something the last time I counted. I haven't counted in a while. All right. So let's think about what we're going to do on the face, and then we're going to come back to the scarf. I'm thinking just some coal eyes, you know, nothing special. And just a regular old coal. I'm using black, by the way. So I'm just going to play. I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet. I might have to look up a couple of pictures of some snowmen and see which one I like the best. That's always fun to do. So I'm gonna peek in. I'm just gonna Google. I'm not gonna paint the same exact picture, but I'm gonna Google a picture of snowmen, and I'm gonna look at their different faces and see which one I like. Well, he's cute. Okay, so he's just got. This is what we'll do. It's super simple. We're just gonna do some big black eyes, big round black eyes. I do not like my black paint. It's not covering as much as I want it to. Okay, so now he looks like a ghost, but I promise you we're gonna make him look like a snowman. So just be patient with me while we do this. And get a little bit of water. This paint is not, it's not acting like I would like it to act. I have a little gnat flying around my painting. Okay, so we're going to make him a smiley face, just with some little dots, basically. This is so relaxing to me. If you wonder why, I would love to teach you how to paint. Not only is the painting fun, but the teaching part is very, very fun to me. It's what I've done all of my life. I have been a teacher, except I didn't teach art forever. I taught high school kids math, trigonometry, geometry, algebra, all the fun classes that we all love. Did y'all like math when y'all were growing up? Who's some math whizzes in the house? Anybody? Anybody is a math whiz? No math. No. Painting is therapy. Yes, ma'am. It really, really is. I'm going to make him some little rosy cheeks. So all I did was take the red and I dipped it in the white. And I'm going to make him some little rosy cheeks. English and Lit. I wish I had a background of English. English was actually my second favorite subject, believe it or not. But I only liked the technical part of English. Pamela says, I'm the math whiz in the house. Well, you don't have to know any math to be able to do this, just to let you all know. So don't be afraid. I'm not going to try to teach you the Pythagorean theorem or anything like that in, in this tutorial. I promise. I need to get this thing open. There we go. I need very, very little orange, which I probably got enough orange on the end of this palette knife, this old palette knife. I've been using this palette knife to dig into, sometimes my paints dry out because I leave them open without the cap. And then I dig into it to get past the dry layer. All right, so I'm just going to try to use up this little bitty. And if Donna LaCour is on, she's probably telling me right now, close your paint back up, Ginger. Okay, so we're going to make a nose. That's going to be a carrot. We're going to make a big backwards C. And then we're going to go in this direction. Let me bring you down so you can see what I'm doing. Whoa. Did not mean for that to happen. Let's see. I'm going to have to get him refocused. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to decide how long I want my my carrot to be. So I'm going to make a really long carrot, and I'm going to end it about right there. So then I'm going to take the end of that, and I'm going to connect my carrot. And then I'm going to take my paintbrush. I have too much water, so I'm going to wipe off some of this water. I'm going to take my paintbrush, and I'm going to fill in that carrot by making a bunch of little backward C's to fill that whole thing in. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of color to bring in a little bit. Okay, so I'm having trouble because my paint is too wet. But what I'm trying to do, I'm going to let it dry. I'm trying to bring in a little bit of shading in there. But I'm not able to get that the way I want. I'm going to fool with that in a minute. I'm going to have to let it dry. Make my eyes just a little bit darker. Okay, and then he's super cute. I know he doesn't look like a typical snowman, but that's okay. We don't always want our snowmen to look like everybody else's snowman on the internet, right? We want him to look different. So I really strive to paint things that are different from what everybody else is painting, or at least make them look different, you know? All right. I think I'm gonna make these connect just with a small line. I don't know if I like that. Maybe not. I changed my mind. I don't want them to connect. So I'm going back over it. See how I'm correcting my mistakes? Okay, so that part needs a little bit of a darker color to correct it. All right. Does he still look like a, does he still look like a, oh darn it, a ghost? I don't think he looks like a ghost anymore, right? I think he's starting to come to life. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to come back to this down here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a top hat. I'm going to make a top hat first, which is super easy. So I'm going to use mostly black. I'm just going to use the colors I have on my palette here. And I'm going to make the hat go like about this high, right about here. And then it's going to circle around on each side like that. And then I'm going to make it tall. Y'all see how big my paintbrush is that I'm using? I like to paint with big paintbrushes. I'm going to pull in some red and make it a little bit, there we go. Add just a little bit of color in there. Okay, so that's the beginning. I'm not done. Let me get some of this a little bit. Let's give it a little bit more pizzazz. I really need to find my other black because this black is not doing the trick. Let's make that come down here too. Kind of looks like a cowboy now. Like a little cowboy hat. Where is my black paint? What happens is every day, here it is, I found it. Every day I pick up all of my stuff and I have a place for everything in my shop. I'm very good about picking up and putting everything somewhere out of the way of where I'm working. Because a lot of times this area where I'm painting right now is also my office area where I do my business work, like online. So when I'm not painting, I pick up all of my paint stuff and I have little carts and everything that I stick everything in. And then I can't find where I put some of my stuff when I need it again. All right, let's make him even cuter. Let's make this a little, that's a little bit too red. Let's make this come down just a little bit. A little bit of red in there. Like it's kind of like a dark hat. And then I'm decorating him, and I'm not even sure how I'm decorating him. I'm gonna let it dry, but I think I want to put like a little maybe white, maybe just a little white rim right here. Let me see how that's gonna look. I don't know if that's what I want to do, but I'm thinking about it. I might not. I'm gonna just think about it for a little while. Okay, right below the hat, that's too much black. I'm just going with a little bit of Payne's gray. Little bit of Payne's gray. And nope, that's still too much. I'm trying to get like a really thin layer of like a shadow right below here. Just a little more. And just use my finger. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm going to reshape him in a minute. Okay, the hat needs to be wider at the top. So I'm going to reshape the hat. And I'm going to come down further. And I love to see how, you know, you make all of these little changes and it just changes the whole painting when you're doing that. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this come out a little bit more. Because I don't like my hat, y'all. So, trying to fix it up. Let's go out a little bit more. Now it really looks like a cowboy hat. If I make this go straight, I bet you it'll fix it. It doesn't look quite as bad. A little bit better. All right, we're going to go with this. I like it. A little bit of maroon in there. I really like that little maroon shade that I'm adding. Let's bring that in here too. Okay. Now let's go with a scarf. The scarf is going to be red, and we're going to make it pretty thick. So I'm going to make it come down. Now this red is a super, super awesome red. I'm going to share it with you in a second. It is called Pyrrole Red. It's I don't even know what, M. Graham and Company. You could find this color in different brands. It does not have to be that brand. But the Pyrrole Red is very, very bright. It's very, very vibrant. And it's a beautiful Christmas red. You know, that holiday red that you're looking for? So, okay, let's see how we're going to make these scarf pieces come down. We're going to go here. Let's make this one come this way. This one's going to go kind of like this. Fill that in. See how easy that red fills everything in? It's so much fun to paint with this red. And it's a really, really soft, milky red. Okay, so we're going to add some black to our red because we want to start making that dimension. We want to start adding a little bit of those, like the little creases and stuff that you see. That's going to add that look. I'm going to make this part come right here. I need some more red. I'm trying to be very, very scarce with my red because it does not take a lot of red to be able to do this. Okay, so I want to make this right here. I want to make that look like it's like tucked under and then it's coming back out. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of black right on the edge right here to make it look like it has some creases right there. See how I'm going to pull that down and it's going to look like it has some creases. And then the more you add in those little spaces like that, the more little creases you kind of add to the scarf. All of those little shaded areas. All right, let's make this one. Okay, so I want this. Let me use a little bit of orange too. So I'm going to explain to you how to get that shading. If I can get my orange out. There we go. I'm going to explain to you how that shading is going to work. So I'm going to use 2 different paintbrushes because this is a good lesson for you here to see what you have to do to get those, you know, all that shading to work. So one of my paintbrushes is going to be, well, that didn't work because I just stuck it in the wrong color. One of my paintbrushes is going to be without the black on it. It's just going to be the red and the orange. Let me try that again. Okay, and then the other paintbrush is going to have that black on it. And it's really hard to use one paintbrush to do both because you would be mixing the 2 colors together. So that orange is going to bring out kind of like the highlights on the scarf. See those little spices of orange? It's going to make a difference. You can mix the orange and the red together and make kind of like an orange red, which is probably a better combination. And you just add those where you want it to be a little bit more bright. Okay, and then I'm going to take my black and red paintbrush. And I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to add some areas. And I'm being really, really detailed on this just to give you a good lesson, just to let you have fun playing with all the different colors. You see how when you add a little bit of that black, it just adds that dimension that you want. All right. I think he's cute. He needs arms. He needs arms. What do y'all want to do for arms? I'm thinking branches because you know this is one of those snowmen that gets made outside by kids. So let's do burnt umber, and let's make him have some cute little arms. So we're going to use burnt umber, and let me wet my paintbrush just a teeny bit. This little baby is going to have some character. I just want you to know. So we're going to make his arms come out. Make some thin branches right there. Just make them really thin at the end. Okay, let's do this side. Let's not make them the same. Let's make them different, like he's a little quirky. So this one's going to come up like this. And then we're going to make some little branches. And you can put a little bird on the branches. You can have fun with this one. All right, let's add a little bit of fun right at the base of where the branch comes into the body. Just make it a little darker, like there's a hole there. Gotta watch that. All right, and then I'm gonna add, man, I have way too much white, don't I? Then I'm gonna add just a teeny bit of white. And then we're gonna put some snow. Oh, that's not the right paintbrush. So I was getting ready to use the paintbrush that had brown all over it, and I don't want to do that. So this will definitely show up more if you have a background that's not white. But I'm putting just a little bit of snow on his hat to make him have like some little spots of built up snow. And I'm just using my white and just tapping. I'm using a lot of paint. I'm not being stingy. And he's gonna have some snowy spots on his hat. And because I'm having way too much fun, I can even add an icicle. So again, the icicles are not going to show up unless you add that little touch of blue to them, or that little touch of purple. And mine is more black because I mixed all my colors together. Let's see if I can find that blue in there. So he's got some little icicles. Let's make him have some more snow down here. We're going to cover the bottom of them with some snow. That's water right there. And we're going to make him more white down here. So I'm just tapping with a lot of my snow that I have left, or my white that I have left. Just add a little more white on him. You know what would look good too? Y'all, I'm having way too much fun with him. Way too much fun. A little hint of turquoise. Let me get that. So he is a little quirky. He's not, you know, your typical snowman, but I'm going to show y'all something else that I'm going to do to him. A little bit of turquoise in here just for some fun. It's just kind of like a little bit of green, actually, but I'm using like a aqua. Yeah. It's going to give it a little more dimension. A little bit on him right there. A little bit of that green right about there. I just want a little bit more color on him. I feel like he does not have the color that I want. So, teeny bit. Okay. Very basic, not a hard snowman at all. I would definitely do a different hat. So if you have a minute, I'm going to show y'all. Let me get another palette. I'm not crazy about his hat, but I do like his body and everything else. And I would probably do like I would even use maybe even a palette knife. Palette knives are fun. Let's see. I'm going to take a little bit more of this white, even though I've kind of contaminated my white. And I would come up a little bit more on the sides right there. Make him look more like put together, like a kid. A kid did that. Yeah, that looks even better. And he's kind of melting, you know, like all the snow down here. Okay, so I love it. I hope you like it too. Now I'm going to redo the head, just the head, nothing more. I have some brown on my paintbrush. So I'm going to redo the hat really. All right, so this is going to be another option for the hat. And this one's going to be, let me look up an old fishing hat real quick. Aha. All right, here we go. Watch how easy. This is going to be cute. Very simple. So I'm going to use this burnt umber and my white. And I'm going to make, going to be really like kind of messy there. A little bit of white and burnt umber. And it's going to be kind of like a top hat, like a flat hat. Okay, so that's going to be the start of it. I'm going to bring all of this in just a little. Little bit of burnt umber and white. I would get a little bit of green. Aha, a little bit of green. And then we're going to use a little bit of green in here. And then to make it a real fishing hat, we're going to have some fun. And I'm going to use my liner brush. And I'm just going to use the colors I have on my palette, which I have orange, I have green, and I have red. And I'm going to make some fishing lures. Let me grab a little bit of white. And then I'm going to make the end of the lure go out like this. Okay. And then there should be like a little hook on the end of it, right? Somewhere up here. So you can have some fun. Let's make another one. Let's make one right here. I'm going to make like a big green one with a little bit of orange in it. And some white. And then just make a hook, like a, oops, that's way too much. Just make like a little hook on the end of it, like that. And let's do one more. I'm going to do another kind of reddish orange. Let's go right here. Just some different lures. You know, it would look good too if I had some yellow. If I had some yellow out, I would add some yellow to them because, you know, a lot of fishing lures have yellow, that chartreuse color. If you're not a fisherman, I'm sure most of y'all are though, because if y'all follow me, you like a lot of that old country stuff. That's what I do a lot of. So just do the little silver bead on the end of it. And then if you have like a yellow, I would add that. Maybe one more over here to kind of balance it out. With the orange. But yellow would be the key. Just add a little bit of yellow in there. And then you really make it look like like a real fishing hat. You add all these cute little things to it. So, just a little bit of fun. You could definitely do that for your hat. Just add a little rim up there. Add a little rim right there. Just add a little more. And then that green, make it pop just a little bit more in here. Ta-da! Okay, so I think that hat on that would probably work. What do y'all think? Let me see. Let me see what y'all are saying. I went in my own little world for a little while. Yes, he could definitely have a fishing pole. Put him a fishing pole right here. So we're gonna have so much fun in this pop-up paint party because I'm giving y'all a lot of a variety of things to do with it. So let me just go back. Let me put myself back on here so y'all can see me. Let me remember how to do that. Okay. So yeah. All right. So, oh my gosh, I love the fishing hat. Isn't it cute? And it's super easy. I think I did a much better job on the fishing hat than I did the top hat. I don't know why the top hat seemed so difficult for me. I was trying to make it a lot more difficult than it needed to be. So I say that I'm going to give you a lot of a variety in this because if you look at, let me make this a bigger screen. If you look at what we have here, okay, so we have these trees here, which of course you can put as many trees as you want, but we're going to play around with the decorations on the house too, because this is going to be yours. Okay, this is going to be yours. So you have the option of putting the deer. You have the option of however many trees you want to put. I added a Christmas tree on the porch and a wreath and just some garland, but maybe you want to put more. Maybe you want to put lights up here. You know, maybe you want to decorate your house different. And then, of course, I added the wreath up here. This is what I am going to be teaching you how to do. Exactly what's on here. We're going to do the deer, but then I also just gave you another option instead of the deer, or if you want to put both, you could put the snowman right there. Okay, you could put the little cute little snowman right there. Right here, there's a sled. I don't know if y'all saw that, but this is an actual little sled. Firewood on the porch. So yeah, it's just one of those nostalgic paintings that just makes you want to go spend Christmas there, you know. So I hope you come and join us. And if you join the tribe, you get to come into this pop-up paint party for free. The tribe is open right now. So I hope you come and join us. If you do not, it's okay. Just $19 for 4 days of painting with us. And I promise you, you will have so much fun and you'll get a taste of what we're all about. So keep that in mind. And I'm going to look one more time and see if we have, you like the black hat? I would try stocking cap or Santa hat. Yes. And a stocking cap. Yes. A cute little beanie or something like that. Yeah. We can have so much fun with doing different hats. You like the black hat? Ground, just leave it. Weren't able to background or just leave it. Oh, what to do with the background? You could do whatever you want with the background. The only reason I did not do a background is because this was just a sample painting of what's going to go here. And there's already going to be a background there. So that's why my focus was just on the actual snowman. So you could combine the trees that we learned how to paint. You could put the trees in the background if you wanted to. If you wanted to make this like a whole complete painting, that would be an awesome idea as well. So I hope you have fun with this. Remember to share your work in our free acrylic painting fun group. It's Jensden Art Acrylic Painting Fun, I think is what it's called. Free Acrylic Painting Fun or something like that. You can share your work in there with us so we can all see what you're doing. And I hope you come and join us some kind of way and enjoy the whole experience of painting and using it as therapy and making new friends and having support and having support for your work, you know, working with acrylic painting and learning a lot. We have so much fun. I've been doing this for over 2 years. It's going to be 3 years in February. It's February 2020 is when we started this. So we have so much material for you to learn from, and we have enough videos and enough paintings in there where it's just basically a Netflix series of paintings, okay? Instead of binge watching Netflix series, you can binge watch whatever painting tutorials you want and just have a blast. All right, so we hope to see you soon. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and I'll check all the comments, and we will see you again soon. Hope to see you tomorrow night in the pop-up paint party. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for being here. Bye.